How do you think the Ukraine-Russia war will end? I feel like it's going to be some unsatisfactory peace for both sides. That will be only a break before another conflict, with a lot of dead innocents. The way the Korean War ended, an armed truce, with no genuine peace treaty. Russia will retain Crimea but may have to give up Donbas or at least parts of it. Then Ukraine will ultimately join the EU. Although perhaps not NATO. Ukraine will be rebuilt with Western aid and will become a regional powerhouse much like South Korea has, and Russia will slowly decline in favor of China. Although nobody will really win. Ukraine will ultimately emerge in a better state than Russia but will have to live with an unfriendly neighbor, much like South Korea does. A year ago I thought Russia was going to steamroll. 6 months ago it looked like Ukraine was going to liberate Crimea and push Russia out entirely. And now I'm not sure. TBH, it really depends on Putin's grasp of power and how much the Russian people are willing to put up with. I think Russia will eventually win a war of attrition at the cost of hundreds of thousands of lives. And Russia's entire economy and reputation. Seems like a comically bad deal, but the Russian people seem to be content to march to their own destruction, so we'll see how it goes. Putin will fall out of a window during a special military celebration. One of Putin's close oligarch peers will get fed up by spending money and gets him shot. But that's just an idea. There's a chance it doesn't end. Only simmers down. Russia won't back down. Putin or no Putin. The war has become existential. Admitting that it was ill-founded and that Russia has lost more than it could ever gain will be tantamount to toppling the Jenga tower. It won't happen. Their best hope is that they hold on long enough for Ukraine to run out of bodies, money, or Western support. They keep gained territory and hope for better luck in the future. Ukraine won't back down. The war has always been existential. Putin and Russia have not been subtle. They want Ukraine as a Russian buffer, not a NATO buffer or ally. They won't stop, and Ukraine has no doubt realized what many in the West refuse to accept. You don't make peace with the current Russian regime. You agree to a ceasefire that they'll break when they find it convenient. There is zero reason to negotiate with Russia until forced. Another peace is basically putting the noose around your own neck. You cannot appease Putin's Russia, and that won't change if Putin goes away. This is a country that lives in denial that it's not a superpower anymore, and dreams of becoming a major world player again. So the fighting will continue until one or both sides become literally incapable of fighting on. And then it'll just become a new North, South Korean, China, Taiwan, Israel, Palestine, or Armenia, Azerbaijan. Two countries in a perpetual state of conflict who gravitate between hot and cold as affairs dictate. No winners, only losers. Detroit Pistons in 6. Not with a bang but a whimper! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! With many dead people who had other plans for life. Badly. With nothing learned. There will continue to be young people brainwashed around the world to take orders without thought. Yes sir, without thought is scary shit. I think Russia will run out of money, resources eventually. But they'll keep this up as long as they can. If Putin dies, it might end. I'm not sure how credible the cancer rumors are. 4-3 in extra time. Putin succeeds in doing everything necessary to ensure Russia becomes the most hated country in the world. Putin will become the most hated leader in Russia's history by having Russia's military ineptness exposed to the world and subsequently decimated. Russia's economy destroyed. Russia's resources boycotted. The enormous brain drain of having the majority of the country's intellect fleeing will set the country back hundreds of years further from where it already was. With hundreds of thousands dead on both sides for no reason other than Putin's ego. I'd love to see Putin and Zelensky wrestle in a tub of chocolate pudding. With Putin dead. In war. Whichever side may call itself the victor. There are no winners. But all are losers. Neville Chamberlain. Hopefully. All wars including Ukraine-Russia war will end sooner rather than later. But the sufferings, traumas, losses are horrific already. In a series of intricate acrobatic challenges, Putin will accidentally fall out of an 11th-story window. Peace treaties, like all wars before this, Putin removed from power via assassination, sickness, coup. Probably the same way the Vietnam War ended years later. Country destroyed. And everyone involved a lot poorer. Hopefully with Ukraine re-establishing its borders. With the influx of tanks coming in. It will be a good indicator of what is going to come. The question we should ask is what kind of world geopolitically speaking, and in the rest of areas tbh, would be if Putin got away with it. Can the world afford Putin getting away with it?